Hello and welcome back to Hwlradio Sports. I'm here with the co-host.
Tony Elvis from Don't Stop Corporation, guys. Good morning. It's Monday morning, January 29th, 2018. It's a big weekend yesterday. AFC defeated the NFC in the Pro Bowl, led by Derek Carr. He raised a 17-point deficit, and the score was 24-23. You had the MVP on defense, Von Miller from Denver, 2 sacks, 2 fumble recoveries, and a 2 forced fumble. MVP for offense was Delaney Walker out of Tennessee Titans. He caught 2 touchdown passes. It was a good game. Of course, he had a lot of fun and a lot of experience to be seen in the future. So that was yesterday on tap. NCAA basketball, Purdue defeated IU 76-67. A great game down in Bloomington.
You said what?
Led by Hack. It was 76-67.
No. Who defeated who?
Purdue defeated IU.
Oh, okay.
Yesterday.
No, I thought you said IU defeated Purdue.
It was close. No. It was close. The whole game was close. And Purdue just too much for them at the end. Led by the big man, Haas. He had 22 points and like 13 rebounds. And but I thought Purdue was going to sneak in. They just can't get over that hump on them. So that was a good game there. Purdue won 17 games in a row. That's a school record and also a Big Ten record for them. Bradley defeated Indiana State 81-77. That was NCAA games yesterday. Did you see that game Saturday? Boston and Golden State.
Man, that was like one of the best games of the season.
You know what I said? I'm going to tell you something. I'm with you. I'm going to tell you. I know you know your sports, because guess what I said? I said it was probably the best game of the season. I said that Saturday night, and then you said the same thing. I didn't even talk to you. So you're definitely right.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great game. Kyrie had 38, and Steph had 49.
Man.
Awesome.
Steph Curry is a beast.
Yeah. But I told you last time we talked, I told you that Golden State was going to be bound. I said Boston snuck by in the first time, but they weren't going to beat them in Golden State. So, yeah, Steph Curry, he showed that he's well worth 2-time MVP in a row.
And Boston showed we are playoff contenders this year.
But I tell you, yeah, I'm with you. And Cavaliers got to step up because Boston coming strong. They didn't go away. They didn't go away easy. They did not go away easy. So if the Eastern Conference is going to be tough coming out there between Boston and Cleveland, it remains to be seen. Yesterday was a good game with Thunder and against the 76ers.
Oh, yeah.
It was led by your boy Russell Westbrook at 37. What you think about the 76ers, though, overall?
The 76ers, I think they are forced to be reckoned with. I just don't think all the chemistry is there yet. It's like they still like a little newer team, but they definitely got some weapons on it.
Yeah. Do you think the Thunder starting to come in sync now?
The Thunder. Well, I see not Paul George. I seen Carmelo Anthony join the 25,000 club, and they putting up wins.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and they putting up wins. So you really, the haters, they got to reformat their comments now.
Yeah. You noticed something about them too yesterday. You noticed something about the Thunder the last 7-8 games. They've been scoring a lot of points. Like yesterday, put up 122. They put up a lot of points the last 7-8 games. So that says something about them right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole lot. With their top three, their big three is starting to score big now.
And I think if they get it together, them and the Houston Rockets is the threat to Golden State. Houston Rockets is really a threat.
I like Golden State, but I'm going to be honest to you. I'm going to tell you, and I'm glad you brought this point up. If Steph don't play the way he played Saturday, if Steph played the way he played against Boston Saturday, they're going to be okay. But if Steph doesn't play like that, they're going to lose. I'm telling you. OKC and Houston Rockets coming for them. They're going to be in trouble. Only way they're not going to be in trouble, Steph has to play the way he played Saturday. That's it.
And you want to know what I fear? If Golden State don't make it, I fear that the Cavaliers is going to get swept by one of them other teams because they was only built and focusing on meeting Golden State in the finals again this year. They really ain't
That's a
studied.
good point.
They ain't studied. They ain't did nothing for no other team. They just worried about the Warriors when really, if they can just shut all that down and build a system like the Spurs and the Patriots, they got a system from the coaching staff to where it don't matter what team they facing, they a problem, and that's
Yeah,
what the
that
Cavaliers
hasn't
need.
been a big scandal for. I mean, that hasn't been a big thing going against Golden State and Cleveland. They've been working together, trying to play each other. Been really the last 3 or 4 years, so it's been an upcoming thing for both teams. So I'm with you. And they got to focus on other teams because they may not be there.
Yeah,
So,
but see, Golden
like you said,
State,
they got to beat it.
Golden State is a contender. They already there. They like the San Antonio Spurs. They play team ball. So when you play team ball, not star ball. When you play team ball instead of star ball, you're gonna always be hard to beat.
Yeah, I agree with that because Golden State, they just like you said, they made their way. I mean, anytime a team put up 4 All-Stars, you can't say enough about that team. And people complain about that, but they got 4 probably legitimate All-Stars.
That's not
Draymond Green is a
that's
question
not
mark,
the
but I
secret.
still give him an edge.
That's not the secret though. That the secret
What's the secret?
the secret is the way they playing the game. The way they playing the game, it's like, but I don't know if have you ever played the indie sports?
Yes. Yeah, I
Yeah.
played football, I played basketball, and I ran track in college.
Man, we seen some short people come in. We thought because we had taller people and people dunking and
Right,
all this stuff, we thought we was about to run them over. But guess what they did? They
right.
played ball like
What
the
the,
Spurs and the Golden State Warriors. They
yeah,
passed, they moved the ball. It ain't
they
nobody's
moved
no
the ball.
star. Nobody's the star. Whoever's open, they can shoot, and we gonna get you open, and you gonna get a good look. You gonna shoot, and you're already a good jump shot shooter. So the shots gonna go down majority of the time.
hmm So it's a team ball with a fast pace and open man shoots pretty much.
Yep.
And they run the floor well too. I noticed that too. They run the floor well. That's a big key. That's what the Spurs do. They run the floor well. I never seen a team run the floor like the Spurs. And man,
That's why.
Tony Parker, Ginobili, them.
That's why I got to give Brad
Yeah.
Stevens credit because he's the only person I see that took from Steve Kerr's coaching and applied it to his team. Everybody needs to stop with the egos and everything and realize that this is basketball and it's team ball. If everybody plays team ball, I think the NBA will actually have more viewers than they actually do now because it'll be like back in
I
Jordan
don't
and Barkley days.
right. I don't like the ego part either. You take that away from it. I don't like that. I don't care for that too much. Like you said, you separate that from basketball, any other sport too. I'm more of
Hmm.
a team player, so I'm with you on that one. They have some other sports last night in the NBA. The Rockets defeated the Suns 113-102. James Harden led with 27 points. Clippers defeated the Pelicans 112-102. Cavaliers defeated Pistons 121-104, led by LeBron James 25-14, 25 points, 14 points respectively. And the Raptors defeated the Lakers 123-111. And the Spurs, like you said, defeated the Kings 113-98. Those are scores last night in the NBA. A lot of games was on tap.
So how do you
Think
feel
about
about?
Kevin Ali.
Huh?
Excuse me, how I feel about who?
No, I was about to say, how do you feel about the Cavaliers coming out winning that Piston game?
That was a big game. This is no slop. This is no pushover by far, by any means. They no pushover. Cavaliers,
They
at this
like
point, I'm gonna tell
they
you
like
something.
number one or
every
two in defense sucking.
yes. But every win the Cavaliers get from this point is big because they've been in such a big slump. Every win they get right now is crucial. So that was a big win, especially against a team with such of a caliber like Detroit Pistons. So that was a big win, and to win soundly, 121-14, 17 points. That's a huge win.
Yeah.
So they need that. They just got to keep it up, though. Because, like you said, they kind of dogged Isaiah Thomas out this morning. They were saying if he's ready or not. That was one of the big questions I heard on XM Radio.
They
Is
was
he ready
asking.
or not? So a lot of people don't think he's ready.
Oh, I know he's
You know.
ready. I know he's ready. It's just that it's something going on over there. it's something going on that we don't know about. It's definitely a lot of shit going on, but I'm gonna put majority of it on the coaching staff. I'm gonna put majority of it on the coaching because
Do you think? I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you think Tyronn Lue has got kind of lax since he's been to the finals the last 3 years, and then won it the year before last? Do you think that he got kind of lax because he come in as a first-year coach to come in, and that's a big turnaround that he did in such a team. But first year ever to the finals, second year, third year, then it went into the second year. Do you think he got kind of lax?
No, I wanna say it this, and I'm glad you said that because that goes back to why I put the blame on the coaching staff. Tyronn Lue in this latest slump with the Cavaliers is his first time I ever seen him really actually do a coach's job in the game. It's the only time I ever seen him.
Oh, really?
Man, it's the only time I seen him get mad. Only time I seen him like he actually cares about the team or where they going and everything else. Tyronn Lue, when I told you, when he came on after the game and did that interview and he took a shot at LeBron James, that was him basically getting his balls of being a coach. Like basically he was just there.
I like that.
Like he was just there with the stars.
Mm-hmm. And I like that. Even though LeBron James is a superstar, we know that, and the best player, one of the best players in the world. But if he does wrong, you still got to get on him too. You know, he's not. I mean, you can't let him just run the team and run you as a coach. So I agree with that. When you go to LeBron James, I mean, don't back off on him either because it's not gonna make the team look better. And people see that too. They see where you favoritism him because he's a superstar. He's LeBron James, and they gotta kind of disrespect you. So. Like you said, when he got him, it was a good move on Tyronn.
Yeah, but could you imagine going to work for 3 years? 3 years you at the same job, same position, coming in, it's like clockwork. Then all of a sudden today, the manager, he done let y'all play your MP3 players, y'all do everything else. Now today, hey, put them MP3 players up. Nobody does this, nobody does that. Shit ain't gonna go smooth.
Yeah.
Shit ain't gonna go smooth for a minute. And I think that's what's actually going on. The players is shocked. Like, this nigga ain't never coached. We was listening to LeBron James in the huddle. Like, what the fuck's going on?
Tonight he want to change the tune. He want to change the tune.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that can be difficult too. I want to make a point to you. It's about NCAA basketball. Kevin Ali is under investigation on a probe from the NCAA from Utah. They might void his contract.
What did he do?
Awarded $3 million. Kevin Ali, Utah coach.
Yeah, I said, damn, what did he do?
Yeah, he's in it. Something's going on. They haven't said it, but they just said it mentioned Saturday he's in under NCAA probe, and his contract might be avoided. And what they call it just cause, so he'll lose. He's making about $3.5 million a year. He'll lose that. So that's remains to be seen. That's something to keep your ears open with. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. But, you know, NCAA is coming hard since they had that big and legalized recruiting from Louisville and Auburn. So they coming hard on part of the basketball. So, advise anybody, any friends, somebody associated with college basketball, be careful because NCAA is watching.
Okay.
So that's something came up Saturday. Some big news.
And we had some big news.
Michigan State.
Michigan State
got a mess going on right now. They got a big mess going on. If you see that, they got a huge mess going on. The athletic director resigned Friday.
Damn.
Mark Collins. Yeah, he resigned. He's been there since 1995. He resigned. It comes after Larry Nassar, the former USA gymnastics doctor who was employed by Michigan State, was sentenced to 40 to 175 years in prison for sexually abusing more than 150 girls and young women, including some Michigan State athletes. He's gone. They're trying to get Tom Izzo and trying to get Mark D'Antonio to resign the football and basketball coach. They said they're not stuffing down. Oh, man, it was outside the line yesterday. It was deep yesterday. They talked about how these guys, these people have been made allegations against the football and basketball team. It's been totally swept under the rug. Nobody's been charged. They told these girls to go ahead and just don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. So we're going to not charge these guys. So just don't say nothing. Yeah, it was deep, man. This was going to Michigan State. So they got a mess up there with their sexual allegations.
It might just shut down the whole dang school.
Hey, man, it's serious. Wait, I'm telling you now.
At least the sports team.
Beginning.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, today at 1 o'clock on ESPN, if you watch Outside the Lines, they're gonna telecast a lot of what's going on. I thought it was interesting because I didn't know so much stuff that was hidden. So people catching a lot of these big time athletes, they don't want to get in trouble because of, and it's been known. They've been known sexual abuse these women up there at parties, getting them drunk and everything, and going. I mean, to details with it. But that's something you guys got to remain to be seen because it's just sad though how they protect these guys. I mean, like I told you before in one of the shows, wrong is wrong, right is right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. If you're right, you're right. And the way they was told these guys was wrong, but they was being protected.
Yeah.
So
all these people made complaints.
Yeah, they made complaints. Police reports was made, and when it got to the part where these guys were going to be charged, they was told by the females. They was told by the prosecutor to certain females who were making charges, like, "Hey, look here, don't worry about it. You don't have enough evidence. Go ahead. We're going to drop the charges, and we're not going to worry about it. We're going to go to a different direction." So those some things remain to be seen.
Yeah, because I sure believe in the court of law, and I ain't trying to have nobody come back and sue me. They just let it so.
Right.
Until they prove guilty, it's like a two-way street. There's always two sides. Well, there's always three sides: his side, her side, and the truth. That's what we need to get down to is
you're
the
right
truth.
About that. Yeah, I'm with you.
But in other news, other big news, though, Ronda Rousey is joining the WWE Wrestling Federation, and she showed up and made a big entrance last night at the Royal Rumble when they had the women's very first Royal Rumble. And I can say the women showed up and showed out, and they represented just like the men's Royal Rumble. It wasn't that because in the beginning when women first started, the matches was kind of like you could see a big difference, like the momentum. I mean, like the hypeness and everything in the audience. Now there is no difference. The women is right up there with the men, and I'm loving it, and they representing.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you. But the thing about how you think she's gonna do?
Ronda Rousey, I don't know, man. I see everybody was kind of worried about that arm bar when she was reaching out her hand to shake everybody's hand. Like, she about to put a motherfucker in that arm bar and make me tap out. Yeah, right. Because Asha smacked her hand away like, yeah, like I ain't lost yet and I ain't about to lose a cheap shot.
Yep, you're right. But the thing about it is with her is she failed her last boxing and the kickboxing stuff, so I think she's gonna try to make another name for herself for the wrestling.
Yeah, but I think it's actually big, and I think we should all just let that go and let that die down because you could see how much of a toll it had on her life, how much it affected her life, and I feel like when people see that, they should just like lay off. You could there's millions and millions of people you could troll in the world, except for a person that's close to killing themselves. Because for somebody to lose a fight and disappear for 2 years, you was close to killing yourself. So, I love it. I love it. I love the fact that she's back. The people embraced her. I love that. Even though she took that loss in UFC, I still think she's going to be a great WWE wrestler. And I think she's going to make an impact there. Because there's definitely a big difference.
Yeah, that's true. But I think the simple fact is, like you said, her name was so big, and so like you said, that loss took a toll on her. She didn't know how to recover. So right now, this is the best way for her to recover. If she makes a name for herself this way in the wrestling, WWE wrestling, I think she'll be all right. So I think that's a good move for her too. Like you said, she's been gone for a couple of years, so coming back, making a name for herself in a different sport will be good for her. And plus, it'd be good for the sport of wrestling, too. So that's a good thing.
Oh, yeah. She's definitely going to sell some arenas out.
Oh, yeah. So what you think about the political part, which is Donald Trump? Do you think Donald Trump is in trouble or not? Mm-hmm. You know what's going on, don't you?
Yeah. Why don't you break it down for him, because everybody else might not know what's going on.
Okay, Jeb Bush claims the Trump character will cost the GOP. The New York Times, came out Saturday morning. The New York Times and the Washington Post reported late Thursday that Trump ordered the White House counsel, Donald McGahn, to fire Robert Mueller in June. But McGahn refused. He threatened to quit if President Trump insisted. The report said that Trump abandoned the idea after that. They praised Trump for his $1.5 million tax overhaul that slashes rates for companies that have corporate companies. But his leadership style, his obsession with Twitter, and his racist comment has caused the Republicans Council to Congress to come together in November. They said basically they're going to lose everything come November if he keeps these racist comments up. It's Twitter and it's style that people don't like. So you got to stop that. But they own him bad, man. He might, they're trying to give him. They have Saturday. They marched downtown Indianapolis. They had 120 people marching, and it's calling for impeachment because they're saying when he's trying to fire the FBI director Robert Mueller, they saying that it's obstruction of justice because he's trying to hide something.
Yeah.
So that's big news.
That's exactly what I told people not to fall for. It's exactly what I told people not to fall for, and it seems like it's headed that direction. And I know exactly where it came from. It came from Steve Bannon. That's who kind of like dropped the bomb. But when I was checking it out, who I do dig is that Anthony Scaramucci. He remind me of the lawyer. Yeah. He remind me of the lawyer in Power so bad. But I mean, I see the
Huh? That's the guy who came in. He came about a week and they let him go. He was there about a week or two.
Mm-hmm.
And let him go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's a lawyer. He's a lawyer.
Okay, that's the lawyer. Okay.
Yeah. To where he basically, I see. This is what I want to say about the whole thing. See, people need to find a news station, a news channel, a media outlet that isn't biased, that doesn't have biased points of views, kind of like this one, because I give everybody a fair chance. And when I gave Donald Trump a fair chance, the only thing I came up with is a lot of rich people that own the media hate Donald Trump. They hate Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's the best man in America. Everybody has their own faults. Everybody has their own journey to the kingdom. So basically, what I want to say is, these people, these rich people, is basically bashing Donald Trump, because when I looked into it, I seen all this other news to where I'm like, why ain't they delivering this other news that's good news about Donald Trump? Why is all the news that they have to share on him bad? Whether it's 5 minutes, whether it's 10 minutes. I'm like, where's 2 minutes? If it's 10 minutes, where's 2 minutes of good? If it's 5 minutes, where's 1 minute of good? Y'all don't have none of that. That's biased. Right. That's biased media.
Right. So do you think when Donald Trump says it's fake news, is he telling the truth when he says it's fake news?
When he says it's fake news, I feel like he's just telling you that they're reaching, because from what they do got is the truth. But at the same time, it's no different than me and you having a personal conversation and somebody in the room hitting the record button and exposing us and then trying to bash us at a later time when they feel like we on a move going forward. Because right now, the economy is at an all-time high. But everybody don't know that, especially the blacks, because they feel like everything's bad. Then black African-American unemployment is at an all-time high. Not unemployment, employment. African-American employment is at an all-time high. They're not talking about that. And then what I really think is the real funny thing that I think everybody should pay attention to is, you said that this was delivered Thursday, right?
Yes.
All right. Now, anybody that really studies politics knows this guy named George Soros. And they know that he actually owns politicians, owns majority. Like, how many seats is in the Senate? Because I'm sure he owns like 90% of it. But What I'm trying to say is
90%. He on 90%.
man, he owns all of them. They all on a payroll.
That's awfully high. That's awfully high. This guy got a lot of power there. That's high, 90%.
Yeah, but I'm saying you need to look into him. This guy is no joke.
George Soros. Okay.
And then a lot of people laughing it off, like, you know, this nigga just said that he feels like it's gonna be a landslide in 2018 for the Democrats. This is the same man.
No.
This is the same man that said, I ain't gonna go off, but I'm definitely have it for a later show because I don't know verbatim now, and I ain't the one to get on air and just lie and say what I think they said. I won't say exactly what they said, but he made some huge predictions, like basically dollars and currencies crashing. Now that's big for you to say the Russian dollar is gonna crash, and all of a sudden the Russian dollar crashes. For you to say oil's gonna go up, oil goes up. For you to say these jobs is getting shut down, these jobs get shut down. So that there tells you, because everything in this world is psychologically brainwashed, basically. That's what media, TV, radio, that's all that is brainwashing people. And if you own the brainwashing, then 9 times out of 10, what's the majority of people going to be thinking unless they snap out of it? They're going to believe whatever you feed them. And that's what's going on with this George Soros guy. And it's funny how all this stuff came out as soon as Donald Trump goes to a meeting at Davos with all the billionaires and him. George Soros was there. And George Soros, you know, like how like you about to have a meeting and somebody will be like, hey, yo, y'all, they about to come in. Everybody disagree with whatever the hell he say. And we gonna build a coup against him. And he did that with the other politicians. So what do you think about that part? Because I'm sure you didn't see it on CNN or nothing.
No, I agree with you about the media part. About the media, you said the media, people who got the most money control the media and the fake news. I agree with that. Because the more people see what this is, what they're going to believe.
Yep.
So if you can put stuff on there to make the people brainwash and believe, of course they're going to believe it. So if people don't see it, don't hear it, they're not going to believe it. So I agree with that part. But, you know, they can't really put Donald Trump in a predicament and saying what is going to be. Because this guy, he predicted it. It's not going to be a landslide in the next election because right now the Republicans are changing so much, and the Democrat has let them. It's going to be tough for anybody to say, okay, it's a slam dunk for the Democrats for the next election. And I have it tough because right now Donald Trump has changed a lot of things. And with this $1.5 million tax overhaul that he did, $1 trillion tax overhaul that he did, right there going to change. That right there is a self right there how it's going to change the world and the economy. You watch and see. And also, you said something very important, too, that a lot of people don't know. They said, due to Donald Trump, the unemployment rate for the black people is at an all-time low right now. He had a lot of black people jobs. That's what they just said.
Yep.
He's going to talk about it tomorrow at the State of the Union address when he have a public speaking tomorrow night, what the world be watching.
Yeah, but
he
see,
said he's going to mention it.
But this is what I want you and the whole world to look at. All right, they did an investigation on Hillary. They did an investigation on the FBI. They did an investigation on James Comey. They did an investigation on Bill Clinton. They did an investigation on, I can't think of that lady's name, but everybody knows who she is. She's Hillary's best friend. Her husband and them funded it. But when they did investigations on these people, they only came back. Anthony Weiner.
Anthony Weiner's wife.
Yeah.
Armadine.
Yeah.
Armadine, yeah, her.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Now, they did investigations on all these people. And why do they keep coming back with 50,000 emails, 50,000 recordings, 50,000? They only get 50,000, and then there's like 50,000 lost. There's a glitch. They couldn't say it was lost again, so now they saying it's a glitch. But my whole thing is, on them investigations, you can only recover 50,000, then there's a glitch, or it's lost. How in the hell did you recover 1.4 million pages of documents on Donald Trump, on his campaign? But these other people on their campaign somehow everything gets lost. But there's like
Because they're trying to dig up dirt.
You
said want some dirt on Donald Trump. They're trying to build every dirt right now of Donald Trump to try to have him impeached by the end of the year. That's the goal. Starting with the Russian investigation, start with the fire of Robert Mueller, start with the emails. All it's trying to be, they're trying to build a case of him.
All right.
Because,
but this is the whole thing.
Don't know.
But this is the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you hate them or you love them, and you know that they doing this, is that right or is it fair?
No, it's not fair. Because like I told you before, I'm gonna say this about not just Donald Trump, but my life period. If you're wrong, you're wrong. If you're right, you're right. So if a person is right, he's not wrong. I'm pointing fingers at him. If a person is wrong, then you give him a black eye. You accuse him because he's wrong. You convict him because he's wrong. But if he's not wrong, he ever did nothing. You can't fault nobody if they're not wrong. So everything he does is not wrong. Some things he says is a little out of line, out of control. But overall, you know how far to go. The man's not president for nothing. Like I told you guys. I mean, he's not president. He can get there for nothing. You say what you want to say. You can hate him if you want to hate him. You can hate the Republican Party. But Donald Trump does not get there for nothing. Trust me. He don't have all the business and getting all that money coming in each month for nothing. He got to be smart so and making some good decisions. He says little things sometimes out of control. I agree. But he's not always wrong. I agree with you. He's not always wrong.
Yeah.
And that's the bottom line.
But this is a whole nother thing, because when I'm looking into this, I'm finding all kinds of shit that's wrong. And I just looked at this over the weekend. And my thing is, how is America watching this and y'all ain't getting the other side? Y'all being brainwashed. Y'all need to wake up. CNN, MSNBC, y'all need to treat everything like y'all do the Bible. What the Bible tell you. Read it for yourself. Study for yourself. Yep. And show yourself approved.
That's true.
People ain't doing that. They just listening to anything out there, and they going with it. Because these fists...
Jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah, because the FISA memo... Because the FISA memo is bigger than what the heck they talking about Donald Trump. Because they got the FBI in there basically saying we need to put a hit on Donald Trump. But the world don't know about that. Why ain't CNN reporting that? That's big news.
Right.
The FBI talking about assassinating the president, that ain't bigger than Donald Trump saying he's going to fire somebody?
That's way bigger. That's way bigger. And like you said, they're not going to talk about that. That's hidden. It's called hidden secrecy. They're not going to talk about that. And some things are not to be said, but like I said, a lot of people don't know about it. So, of course, they're not going to say nothing about it. But, Donald Trump and the FBI, they've been ever since he has gotten to it when he fired Comey, they've been going at it. And I'm going to tell you something. As long as he's in office, as long as Donald Trump in office, it'll never be repaired with the FBI. It'll never be repaired. It'll always be in shambles because he fired James Comey. I don't care what nobody say. It'll never be. It may fake it and make it like, they repaired their relationship and they went to another level. But it's not going to be right.
Yeah, because I'm trying to tell you, this is some of the things that he done did. Donald Trump, what we witnessed, Barack Obama, his whole 8 years in office, what was the number one threat?
Assassination?
No.
I mean, they want to kill him from
hey,
day one. They didn't touch him.
That was some political comedy right there, though.
Right. No, they want to kill him from day one. He's not going to make it being a black man. They never got him.
Yeah,
that was the number one threat.
But the number one threat was ISIS. Do you agree?
I agree to a sense. But then it died down. Well,
no, I'm saying who else was threatening us in Obama's term? A threat to America.
It was threatening him, and then Bin Laden and Al Qaeda, they was threatening us.
That's all ISIS.
When he killed Bin Laden off,
that's all ISIS.
Then it died down. Then ISIS came along.
No. ISIS did not come along. They just changed their name. That's all ISIS, funded by George Soros. That's what I'm saying. You got to look this George Soros guy up because he's like the American. Well, he ain't American, but American gangster. If they was doing documentaries on somebody in politics,
right. That's him.
They would do a show on him. But
now is this George Soros? Is he an older guy?
George Soros? Oh, heck, he's not the only guy. He's brushing shoulders with the Rothschilds, the Bilderberg, Bilderberg group, all them people like everybody that was at Davos. That's what I'm saying. This Davos
Right.
meeting was
Right.
big and huge, way bigger than everybody even thinks, because you got these
How old is
companies.
George Soros? How old is he, George Soros?
Man, I think he's
What,
dead. Hey,
what is
no,
his
just
age?
say, hey, no, just say, his age is dead. Like that nigga is old. I don't
Right. Okay.
like people
Okay. He's
quit
old.
that
Okay.
counting. You know, these people,
Right.
this is the people to where human trafficking, you know why it's so big, right? Because these rich people over there is taking these
It's
kids,
money.
no, they taking these kids' arteries and putting them, they got doctors where they put them in their body and they got like 10 more years or something onto their life. That's how they living to get this old.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
I know. It's big money involved. It's huge right now. And I tell you what, if anybody gets caught in human trafficking right now, it's especially here in the United States, it's coming hard. You're
yeah,
not gonna see daylight again.
yeah, but
It's coming hard on human trafficking. So.
let me not draft off the point I was trying to make. Donald Trump wiped out ISIS in 1 year. Have you heard about ISIS lately?
Yeah.
He wiped them out in
Yeah.
1 year. Obama was playing with these people for 8
He was
years.
playing with them. He was playing with them.
No, but this is the whole thing. CNN won't tell you this. Obama and them was funding them. When him and Hillary Clinton was in charge, Hillary was like the secretary.
Right.
They dropped off millions of dollars, no, trillions of dollars. Was it billions? I think it was billions. They dropped off billions of dollars. They dropped off shitload of weapons of mass destruction. And all of a sudden, how did you just lose weapons of mass destruction on your enemy's territory? A whole shipment.
Yeah, that's a red flag.
That's a fucked up
flag.
strategy right there.
Yeah, but that's sad. But if you know what Donald Trump said though, but people don't forget. People might not forget this right here. Some people will, some won't. Donald Trump said Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama started ISIS. That was his word when he was campaigning. He kept saying it. So
Yeah.
some stuff you saying is kind of making sense to what Donald Trump was saying during this election.
Yeah, I mean this is what I feel like their biggest problem with Donald Trump is, and I feel like this is everybody else's problem. You can't run the man. You can't run the man, and the man has a backbone. That's what I like about him, because
he has a strong backbone. He has a strong backbone.
he's gonna go.
Like that about him too.
He's gonna go for what he think is right, all the way to the end,
Yeah.
and that's good, as long as what he think is right is good for America. And basically, so far, it has been. When he went to that Davos meeting, he told them, "Look here, when I'm doing negotiations with y'all, I'm putting America first. And when y'all do y'all negotiations, I hope y'all put y'all countries first. But like I'm telling you, I made a promise to the people, and I'm gonna come through with it." And that Davos meeting,
Damn.
they employing over 1 million Americans, and they ain't even over here. They're not over here.
That's the rest.
They draining America of the money, and he had a meeting with them to basically tell them the shit's over. I'm looking out for America first now, so they can get the best of their tax money. Because right now, our tax money is overseas.
The DACA immigrants, they talking about right now. Yeah, they like I said, it's on the table right now. They haven't solidified nothing yet, but it's been a ongoing battle. They say it's not going to be solved at least by the next 2 or 3 weeks, because he want to stop it. But like I said, they say it's been a good program. He said, like you said, it's over.
Yeah, and then like I be telling people, like I'm gonna tell you too. I want you to pay very close attention to it, because I'm an Israelite, and we read the Bible the way it's supposed to be read. And Donald Trump is doing a lot of Bible prophecies, putting the capital, making the capital over there, Jerusalem.
Oh yeah.
That's biblical.
Yeah,
that's biblical. Everybody's mad. Everybody's up in arms. Obama could have did it. He didn't do it. Why did Trump do it?
You know what you're saying? I'm gonna support what you're saying. Did you hear about this right here before he took office? It was a month after Donald Trump was gone. Nobody never. I want the world to hear this right now, because nobody really never heard this. You guys, please hear this. Hear it clearly. They said this. They took a poll in Russia. In Russia, of course, people are gonna say, "Well, Russia," but still, it was some some people from America too, when they took this poll, they said when it's all over with, once Donald Trump leaves office, once his term is over with, they say he's going to be the most talked about president ever in U.S. history. That's the word, guys. And I was like, wow, based on this poll. So the things that he's doing, like you said, putting things in biblical versions and et cetera, is going to make him be one of the most talked about presidents. It's not the most talked about president in U.S. history.
Didn't they talk about Jesus when God was moving Jesus to do what he was doing?
Yes, they did.
And they talked about him bad like a mother. But this is the whole thing. Everything he's doing, it's like he's being moved by God. And I don't know what y'all been told, but I don't think y'all gonna stop God. God's plan is gonna always go through. So y'all just need to back off Donald Trump. That's why I feel like he's not in trouble, because everything he's doing
just let him do his job.
Is prophetic.
So the question I asked you, is Donald Trump in trouble or not? You said no.
He's definitely not in trouble because he's doing God's work. And then on top of that, he done met, what was that, Normandy? He met with somebody somewhere.
North Korea?
No.
Well, what he did,
black.
He did this. He made North Korea and South Korea had a meeting so they can get these winter Olympic Games off the ground. And they met a couple weeks ago. And now South Korea is performing, North Korea is both performing in the Olympic Games. But Donald Trump did have something to do with that meeting. He did have something to do with that meeting. He had both of them connect so they can come to a resolution so the athletes can compete in this year's Olympic Games. So that was big too. He had something to do with that. So that was a good thing. People don't know that, but he has a lot to do with it.
Oh, yeah.
So, but like I said, give credit due.
So do you feel like he's in trouble?
I do to a sense, but I don't. Because like you said, they support it, I agree, but I just do. What they want to do, they want the word impeachment to bring upon so they can start doing proper proceedings. Not saying that he's going to get convicted of it. You can try to impeach him, and he might not go nowhere. So they're trying to get some going because he ordered the firing of Robert Mueller, the FBI of the Donald Trump investigation, of the Russia investigation. He ordered them to fire him. So they're trying to bring that to a head. But
see, this is the whole thing.
There's still not enough evidence to support it.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Because there's like there's only three ways that you can obstruct justice. And that's what they going for, him obstructing justice.
Right.
He didn't violate neither one of them three. So what you going to do, make a fourth?
That's the only way they can try to impeach him. Right, that's the only way they can try to impeach him if they say he obstructed justice. But like you said, they still got to prove it, though. So like you said, it's their word against Donald Trump. And Donald Trump, he's smart enough to know how to protect himself. He can get through, believe me. He's done it before, guys. I mean, that's why he's our president. I mean, you can say what you said about him. People say, well, you don't have he never been in a political office. He never had political experience, but the man's not there for nothing. I'm going to say it again, guys. Trust me. He's far from them.
No, because I agree with them. I agree with them all 100%. Like I said, I'm not a biased person. Donald Trump ain't no damn president. He wasn't fit.
Right.
He wasn't fit for the job. What he was fit for is bringing back the American economy. That's what I keep telling people. He's a businessman.
That's what they got him in, to bring back the economy. That's what they brought him in. Yeah, that's what they want to use his business expertise, his business aspect to bring in, to shape up the American economy, to get it back on track. Give people jobs and help business, small business and large business corporations.
Yeah.
That was the main thing, bringing Donald Trump in.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, too, another thing, too, you said something important, too. People like his backbone. He's a standard type of guy. He's a wimp. He's not going to settle for nothing. Even when North Korea's over threatening us, he said, come on with it. Nothing that happens. And at one point, Kim Jong, he backed down.
Yeah.
He backed down. Donald Trump said, come on with it. He wasn't no punk saying, hey, you do this and do that, we're going to back down. Donald Trump said, you talk smack, I'm talking smack. You got a bomb. He said, my bomb is bigger, and it works.
Yeah, but to tell the truth,
he made that comment too.
And I'm glad you said that, because to tell the truth, I want everybody that's listening to this to go back and pay attention to Obama's deals. Pay attention to Obama's deals while he was in the White House when he had to go meet and sit with these people. They pushed him around. I mean, I don't just put all the fault on him, because at the same time, like you said, there was a whole nervousness around him in the office the whole time about him getting assassinated.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh,
so
yeah.
if you go into a meeting and you like, man, these motherfuckers might shoot me, you can't talk right anyway. Because you're watching your back.
I agree. I agree. And Donald Trump, if he actually got some back, he got some back. He ain't scared. They said, I'm going to go to the part where they said the women, they grow women. She talked and goes, yes, I did. He never denied it. I mean, even with the women. He didn't back down on that. He said, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So he's no stranger to not backing down on things. I mean, if you know anything about Donald Trump,
Yeah, but that tells you a lot.
That he has.
Because now if Donald Trump got caught red-handed and he's like, I didn't do that. I mean, I don't want everybody to know my financial business, so I don't blame him about not wanting everybody in on his financial business. But everything else,
right,
Donald Trump has owned up to, like, hell yeah, I said it. Yeah, what you gonna do about it?
He said, and he even went to the taxes. They said, well, you're going to benefit the taxes. He said, you're going to do the taxes to make it benefit the rich, which includes yourself. He said, sure I am. He said, why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, sure I am. Yeah,
because guess what?
Guess
what? If you was in office and you sold brownies, you had a brownie company, you don't think you'll use your powers to make brownies like the number one snack of the country? You'll try to.
Right. You'll try to. Well, in other words, I tell you what, you'd be a fool not to.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be a fool not to. So that's a good thing, He does have some backbones. So I'm strong on that, for the American people. So I do support him on that. Because I don't want a weak president. I want somebody going to support the people, and be for the people. And people think he's not, because he has said some racist comments and things. But overall, though, let's let him do his job and see what remains to be seen, guys.
Yeah, because what I say, and this is going to be close to the closing, because we done went over talking about Donald Trump. But what I feel is that people need to stop pointing the fingers, whether you Democrats, whether you liberal, whether you Republican or whatever. Stop pointing the finger and blaming, and start looking for solutions. Because as long as we point the fingers at each other, we're never going to get nowhere. That's not how you do business. That's not how you solve a problem. It's pointing the finger. Because if you in a relationship, if you had a brother or sister, y'all never solved anything by pointing the finger at each other. Y'all solved something when y'all sat down and had a talk. And that's what I feel like the Democrats and the Republicans need to do, because their egos is definitely in the way of getting America all the way together 100% on the right track. They're trying to divide us. Everybody stop pointing the fingers. Everybody work together. And I'm for sure we're gonna get through this.
I like that. That's a good idea. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Like you said, all that racist stuff, and don't be like that. Let's be straight up and be fair to people all across the board. And that's something I've been working on myself too. Just being fair and just be good to people, and good going to happen to me. That's how I look at it. So I agree with you on that. I support you on that.
Yeah. So that's our show for today. So go ahead and shoot your shot.
Thanks again, guys. Don't Stop Corporations. I'd like to thank everything for this Monday afternoon, morning, January 29th, 2018. Have a great day. Be good to yourself as well as to others. Thank you.
All right. And there you have it. Another good show. HWLradio.com. This is HWL Radio Sports. So go ahead and make sure you download the music app, commercial free. The app is free. And I be having the number one music that's out right now. And you don't even got to pick it. You can just listen to it, ride like it's an album or something, a good album. And like I always say, hit my motherfucking music. Fucking music.